Shabbat shalom and greetings to you all. Now, we're still waiting to see how the new world takes form. New friends, new alliances, new growth. And we're celebrating old friends, old alliances, old foundations built on likeness, similarity. And we've had two birthday mere days apart. Last week was Canada's. This week, the U.S. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Yankee Doodle do or die. My Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. Now there's a song that makes you think America. 1st of July, 4th of July, two holidays of birth. One through rebellion, fight for freedom. The other through acceptance of servitude and being part of a greater union. Different paths, but similar outcomes. Not like outcomes, but similar. As it really wasn't until 1965 that Canada adopted its own flag. Now, prior to that, the colors and flag had been determined by the British Crown. So while the U.S. fought the British to be independent and free, Canada stayed British and then simply part of the Commonwealth. Still to this day, technically ruled by the King. I guess a no King's protest wouldn't work in Canada. Now, we were able to come together to honor our roots and history, our background and goals between Canada and the U.S. because we are very similar. Freedom grants the right to protest. But some protests are more than an expression of words. Many lead to death, destruction, fear, mindless, stupid hatred. And it's throughout history. In the 1290s, England decided there should be no more Jews, and they were told to get out. In the 1390s, France did the same. Get out. In the 1490s, the Spanish. Get out. Spanish Inquisition. Columbus's journey to the New World. The 1500s, Portugal did it. The 1640s, they were thrown out of the Ukraine. In the 1880s, thrown out of Russia. The 1930s, Germany. The 1940s, the entire Arab world. Here we are in 2025, and it has become the entire world. Jews are not welcome anywhere. Not even in Israel, it would seem. Now, it's not about where or when. It's who. The rampant growth of Jew hatred and anti-Semitism is a giant backward step for humanity. We are living in a dangerous belief system of regression, not progression, of scapegoatism on steroids. You know, there's over 2 billion Muslims, over 50 Muslim nations. And there's more all the time. There's less than 8 million Jews with one tiny little piece of land. Now, how is it that the Muslims are the underdogs and the Jews are the colonizers and oppressors? If the world had its way and all the Jews were exiled, since they're now not welcome on this planet, period, they'd have to leave and perhaps fulfill Elon Musk's desire to colonize Mars. Well, if that's the case, won't be long till they're told to get out of there. Wake up. Stop this insanity and stop it now. Now, I relish the time when we come together, when we gather as a like-minded group, a collective consciousness of seekers showing faith. Any and all faith, love, any and all love. Because we come together as a community, a true chavura, a fellowship. We express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes, because that's what unites us all in this community house of spirit, Bet Ruach. Sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay. And even though together, we're always individual in our approach, each connecting in his or her or their own way. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody you know, physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, any way at all, to gather and share as we sing from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov, Umenai, Shevet Achim Gam. Hine Matov Umenai Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. Because we support each other in this community, so let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Remember, friends, this is you setting aside a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's part of your Kavanah. It is your intention that you put out to the universe. It's your goodwill. Goodwill and intention are the roots of what we can control, of what we can correct when we see we've gone off course. It's your intention that sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives, my friends. It's goodwill, it's energy, it's light that we send to help heal those that you know that need it. Healing and renewal is for everybody. It floats through space, finding those in need, so send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or even just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It is for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. The tikkun olam. That's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. And a part of that healing of the world is when we send thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill and recovery for everybody. They don't have to be sick. It's for those in our hearts and our minds. So let's all send energy out for people in need everywhere. Special thoughts and prayers always for those in need of assistance. Because we pray for those who need prayer. We don't have to know them. Because we as good people want health, recovery, good life for everybody around us. And let's continue to send healing energy for the hostages still held after 600 odd days. Still in prison, still languishing in the pits of despair. Forgotten by the new war, the new events, the new celebrations. Just push to the back of people's minds. Don't push them to the back of yours. These are the never to be forgotten victims of innocence. Time will not erase them. And of course, always for those closer to any of us. For my dear friend Alan, for Winston, we hope a safe trip for him. For the one and only fairy godmother, I pray for the courage for her to see past the veil. For Charles, Amin, Miriam, for Callie on a much needed summer break. And the great Virgo Carson, committed to service. For Gabby, starting a new life. For Jess and Trevor. For Snooposaurus, great host and friend. For Everburden Terry. For the elf. For Sabrina and Dave. For Marie and Paul. For Pammy. For Pinky. For Ainura. For Alana. Sorry I didn't see her. Hopefully soon. For Fern and Joni. For Kathleen and Carla. For Mina. For John and Maria. For Gloria. For Doria. For Connie and Ronnie. For Tally and Mayim, for Danny and Nina, for all those suffering and in need. Let's not forget to include the familiars of our lives, all of our sacred animal friends everywhere. For everybody you know in need, for the whole world, and for the bee, always there, always willing. We pray for all those who need prayer. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit. The spirit, my friends, never dies. Me. Shabbat. Avotenu. Makor ha-bracha. Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones for us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal body. The renewal spirit. Let us say Amen. Mishmerach, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing. Because we call upon God to heal as He has healed before. Mishaberach, may He who blessed all healings a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now this week and next are sometimes read together, but it's always nicer when they are not. They're both quite interesting, and both are dominated by animals. Mystical animals is this week we read chukat, the statutes. In many ways, they're each kind of one-of-a-kind reading in the Bible, and there's not a lot of readings about animals, and there's not a lot of one-of-a-kind readings. Next week's is a much bigger animal story than this week's. The first of the great animal stories was in the very beginning in the garden. Temptation, perhaps deception, but also perhaps pure truth. Man gave names to all the animals in the beginning. In the beginning, man gave names to all the animals. In the beginning, long time ago. Yes, man did give names. Now, that was one of the most fascinating episodes in biblical lore, when man encountered the snake. This week, we have a red heifer, a cow. It's a very rare animal. It's still sought out to this day. People still look for it. Its need is for purification rituals, and it heralds the coming of the temple. But it's not the same as either the serpent or the next animal, the famous humor animal of the Bible. The story of the great oracle's donkey. It, like the snake before it, are the only two talking animals in the Bible. This one is much more of a mystical animal. Chukat presents the mysterious laws of the red heifer ceremony. This, like I say, it's an animal still searched for, for its promise. It's all about its promise. Now, yes, it's to be used for purification, but there is much less about the animal here than there is about the possible crime of Moses, contained in the story of Moses striking the rock. And that's all about why Moses doesn't get into the Holy Land. And this reading also contains the stories of the deaths of Aaron and Miriam, which serve as bookends, one at the beginning, one at the end. Numbers 21. And the children of Israel, all the congregation, came to the wilderness of Zin in the first month, and the people stayed in Kadesh. So this very beginning of the journey. And Miriam died there and was buried there. That's it. Just like the life of Sarah way back when simply told us that Sarah died, here is all we know about the prophetess, the sister of Moses, Miriam. She died. We don't even know how. It doesn't tell us. This reading, my friends, is really about the nature of things. As we see in people, families, governments, worlds, it is about the changing of the guard, the micro and the macro. Gentlemen, he said, I don't need your organization. I've shined your shoes. I moved your mountains and marked your cards, but Eden is burning. Either getting ready for elimination, or else your hearts must have the courage. Changing of the guards, my friends, something that's always been around, always was, always will be. I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but there's a fantastic story in the reading that's often ignored, and it's about another animal. And like the red heifer, it's another animal that has mystical significance. It's about a bronze snake that belonged to Moses, but we're going to be talking about it in another show because it does make another appearance. The journey has really just begun, but we're about to go through a time tunnel of 40 years. Hey, we went through one of 400 years in the move from Genesis to Exodus. Change is upon us. Just like as we look at the world around us, change is upon us. And the true nature of the people continues throughout this entire time. Numbers 22. There's no water for the congregation. They assembled against Moses and against Aaron, and the people quarreled with Moses, and they said, saying, if only we'd expired when our brothers expired in front of the Lord. Why have you brought God's community to this wilderness to die there, we and our cattle? Why did you bring us up from Egypt to bring us to this bad place? It's not a place of seed and fig and vine and pomegranate, and there's no water to drink. These people are in the wilderness. Complaint after complaint, and always Egypt, Egypt, Egypt. Now, even though the former leaders of the complaints, the insurrectionists, were killed, it did not stop the complaining. The people still complain, and they have since the beginning of the journey. When something isn't right, the human spirit knows. Fear and slavery is easy. It takes no effort. Self-determination and freedom, now that takes work. These people are not prepared for the work. And maybe that's why their 11-day journey becomes a 40-year process. Last week we saw an insurrection put down. Those who objected or spoke up in defense of the ability of all to be given a chance were killed. There is a new order with a new set of instructions, and it must be instilled. We can complain, we can insist upon change, but there is a simple little thing that goes hand in hand with all this. We all know people who complain incessantly. And they are often the same ones who show no consideration. But we need to be considerate of others all the time, because we would want them to be considerate of us. So after the people complain, again, Aaron and Moses go to the tent of meeting to meet with God. It's what they're accustomed to doing. Numbers 27. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the staff and assemble the congregation, you and Aaron your brother. You shall speak to the rock before their eyes, and it will give its water. So you shall bring water out of the rock for them, and give a drink to the congregation and their cattle." Man, those are easy instructions. Moses and Aaron assembled the community opposite the rock, and he said to them, "Listen, rebels, shall we bring water out of this rock for you?" And Moses lifted his hand and struck the rock with his staff twice, and much water came out, and the congregation and their cattle drank. Did you see the problem? Well, a lot of people don't. This has been debated for thousands of years. Did Moses change the instructions God gave him? Numbers 20:12. And the Lord said to Moses and to Aaron, "Because you did not trust in me, to make me holy before the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore you shall not bring this community to the land that I have given them." So Moses is going to be punished. He's not going to be allowed to enter the promised land. Now, is it by hitting the rock that Moses makes it appear more as if it's his own doing that's producing water than if he had just spoken to the rock and watched the water flow out? His saying, "we," had the same effect verbally that his physical action has visually. Moses did not do two things. He did not trust in God. Had he trusted, he would have done as he was told. And he did not make God holy in the eyes of the people. He elevated himself, not God. So Moses' sin, for which he's condemned to die outside the borders of the promised land, is his presumptuous claim at the very moment he's supposed to sanctify God in the eyes of the people, that it's he and Aaron who will be bringing forth the water from the rock. Maybe he should have asked God, how would he have liked to have been made holy in the eyes of the people? We spend so much time guessing what other people want, when all we have to do is ask. Don't let me drift too far. Keep me where you are, where I will always be renewed. And that which you've given me today, worth more than I can pay, and no matter what they say, I believe in you. I believe in you. When winter turns to summer, I believe in you. When white turns to black, I believe in you. Even though I be outnumbered, oh, though the earth may shake me, oh, though my friends forsake me, oh, even that couldn't make me go back. You know what, friends? Is this about ego? Is God's ego so fragile? Well, maybe it is. Just go back and read the unfolding of the plagues, and maybe there is some fragility to it. But then this final shift takes place. It's all about this shifting of who's in charge now, and how will the people be governed in the future. Numbers 20:24. Let Aaron be gathered to his people, because he shall not come to the land that I've given to the children of Israel, because you rebelled against my word at the waters of Meribah. So God tells them that they themselves did exactly what they were supposed to do to stop the people from doing. It's especially painful for Moses, who said, "Listen, rebels," to hear God apply that word now to him as God calls him a rebel. Friends, our leaders cannot violate the very instruction that they uphold and teach to others. We see it today, and we saw it then. And we're going to see Moses give instructions to Eleazar, the son of Aaron, and therefore he would be the automatic successor to Aaron. This is going to cement the process of how to hand off power, and it shows the importance of a smooth and accepted transition. It tells us how it will be. End of story, end of debate. Numbers 20:25. Take Aaron and Eleazar his son, take them up Mount Har. Take off Aaron's clothing. You shall put them on Eleazar his son, and Aaron will be gathered and die there. And all the congregation saw that Aaron had expired, and all the house of Israel mourned Aaron 30 days. Aaron's gone. Again, we know nothing about it. It's now 40 years later. The journey's just about over. Yes, my friends, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Special gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace, freedom for everybody, and end to terror and hatred. Remember, we're a community, my friends. We learn together, we celebrate with each other, we love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally. Let's all send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. Learn to forgive. Learn to love. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life and tell those you love that you do love them. You have to examine your intention. Use it to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. Our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect. It's all linked. You always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. But always do so with sincerity, accountability, vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? Because if you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. Keep on dreaming, my friends. Keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love, because it's always in front of you. Love with your heart. We're all part of a greater whole. Always be mindful, always be aware, always be present. Always embrace love, not fear. Embrace forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you whether you know it or not. And continue to explore faith and belief and what they mean to you. Never accept shame as a natural state, because whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. Because we share together. We learn together. We help each other. Because we are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have special someone in our lives. So find them. Tell them what they mean. Because you're never alone on your journey. Listen to the voice of God as he, she, it, them, they, whoever talks to you. And remember your connection to God and all that God's created. In body and in soul. It's a part of you. It's a part of me. It's a part of all of us forever. Listen to God's voice. God's always talking to you. And continue to enjoy the journey. We are on the road in the wilderness. All the things we see for the people, the forging of the nation, the code of laws, the ritual and ethical, the building of character, the nature and understanding of the interconnectedness of all that there is, and the reality that we're ever blessed, that we're all on the same journey in one way or another. We gain people, we lose people on this journey. And that's why you must tell those you love that you love them. You got to let them know. Yes, you'll miss them. But think for a minute. What would it be like if suddenly you lost those you're closest to? Have you said what you needed to say? Yes, spirit never dies. But these people's spirits are with you for eternity. We hope to reconnect with them. But we're always connected with everyone, always, but you've got to let people know. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Will it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong in heaven. We all want to reach the promised land, but let's work together to bring everybody home. Thank you for joining me, my friends. Shabbat Shalom and blessings to you all. Take care.